Hello everybody, my name is The Raging Wade, and today I'm going to be giving you here on CodOps 24/7, and likely my personal channel as well, because YOLO, the My First Girlfriend story.
Now, my story isn't particularly anything ludicrous, isn't a little crazy. In fact, it's kind of sad, but kind of cute at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So what's going down, genitals? My name is The Raging Wade, and like I said, this is my first girlfriend story. Because I have been a long-term fixture, periodically, over the last 2 years on CodOps 24/7 for numerous channels, I decided I wanted to pay homage, fuck it, to I Am the Attack, one of the guys who really helped escalate this channel past the era that was 2Bucks and Alex and HBK Just and guys of those nature. Guys who I used to be relatively close with. Now I really only talk to Alex, and that's very few and far between because he's like, real life, so much cooler than YouTube. Nerd. Anyways, this isn't going to be an incredibly perverse story, so if you're looking for like, I met this girl, and I'm like, hey baby, you hot, and she's like, hey boy, put that mud bone in my butthole, and I'm like, hell yeah, you're looking for something nasty and kind of awesome like that, this ain't your story. So, I am going to more or less skip over all the annoying, like, oh, holding hands at recess kind of shit, and just jump to like my first real like Facebook official, like Facebook status in relationship with so-and-so. 100% legitimate, closest thing to marriage girlfriend. If it's in your Facebook, it's set in stone, just throwing it out there. So, in 8th grade, I was, shit, 14 at the time? No, I was 13 going on 14. And this girl was in my homeroom class. You know, you'd have 2 classes, then you'd go to your break, you'd have 2 classes, and then we go to homeroom, then we'd go to our lunch, and we'd go by our last 2 classes. So, in my homeroom class, there was a girl, and more or less, she had big old titties. Now, she wasn't exactly the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, but she was cute, you know what I'm saying? She was kind of like nerdy cute, if you know what I'm saying, to where you don't look at her, you're like, damn, but if you stop and look at her for me, you're like, dude, you know what? She's kind of pretty. She wasn't like super poshy, kind of Abercrombie bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, wearing the really tight pants, the shirts that are too small, like most guys like, but I'm not, because it comes off superficial to me. She was just sort of a very coy, quiet, cute girl. And, I don't know, I got caught staring a lot, which is one huge thing that is not good for guys. If you're looking and they catch you staring, you just look away like a bitch, they're gonna think you're creepy, and you're like a peeping Tom kind of stalker vibe, and that's the last thing you want if you're trying to put your pork sword in a taco. I don't know. So, trying to keep it PG. Hardly PG. Putting the penis in the pussy. Okay. So, this girl and my best friend, or one of my best friends at the time, his name was Ryan, they were also friends. We all had that same middle friend. Myself and this girl didn't really talk because I was a pussy in middle school and first part of high school. But there was one time when I was just walking in the park, you know, my buddy was walking his dog, we're just shooting the shit, and said girl, I'll give you her first name, Melissa, calls, because it's a very common name, I have no problem giving you a common name, and she's asking, what are you guys doing right now, what you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm walking with Ben, we're walking Charlie through the park, blah, 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 blah. So, it comes to the point where we're chilling at the little playground where kids usually are, but there's nobody there at this point in time, and I'm sitting on this gigantic metal swingy thing that you spin in circles on. Meanwhile, he's on the bench with his dog just talking on the phone. And he's like, you really want me to ask him that? Are you serious? Are you serious? And that's all I hear. I obviously can't hear the other end of the phone. I'm a good 15, 20 feet away. And I hear, yo, Ben. I'm like, what's up, dog? Because I'm an idiot. And he's just like, Melissa wants to know if you have a girlfriend. And I'm just like, nope. And I'm spinning in circles on this metallic little, like, I don't even know what the hell it is. I'm spinning. And he's just like, oh, well, she wants to know if you want one. And I'm just like, nope. I'm spinning in circles. Because at this point, like I said, I'm 13, going on 14, maybe 14 if it was at the end of the year. I don't really recall the specific dates. And, you know, girls were kind of entering my mind. Like, they were definitely there, but at the same time, I didn't really see the long-term ramifications of a relationship. I didn't see the purpose in going into a serious relationship that young, because I'm the guy, you know what, I'm not even getting into that, because I'm a pussy. I didn't see the point at that time. He's like, oh, she wants to know why not. And I was just like, girls are a waste of time, brah. I didn't give context on it. I was like, girls are a waste of time. I'm still spinning. He's like, oh, Ben says girls are a waste of time. And I'm just like, oh, shit. Wait a minute. She wants to date. And I fall off the thing and get up and walk over to the thing to try and talk to her. And she apparently hung up. And she was a little frazzled. I go back to homeroom the next couple days, and every time she walks in, we usually kind of look at each other, and I'm just like sizing her up, and she's probably like, look at this creep. Look at this fat creep. What a fucking weird. He's gonna rape me. Chloroform! You know? And I'm just like hiding in her locker, and she, you know, opens the thing, somebody turns, I just jump out the rag, and suffocate. So one day, I'm literally going over to my buddy's house after, you know, her just continuously ignoring me. And I started passing her notes, right? And she would eventually start replying, but she was really pissed off at me. And I continuously was like, I'm so sorry, I don't know what's going on. I wasn't thinking this or whatever. I didn't know you had any interest. Blah, blah, blah. And she kept just like saying, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, drawing like pictures of cutting a dick off and all sorts of fucked up shit that I honestly had nightmares about. So I'm going to my buddy's house, and I like knock on his bedroom window to see if he's there, and he brings up the blinds, and I see, you know, Ryan and Melissa just sitting there. And I'm like, oh shit. He's like, oh, door's open, come on in. So I walk around, I sit down, right? And Ryan's mom comes home, and he's like, Ryan, I need help with the groceries. And I'm literally sitting there on the bed with this girl who, at the time, I was thinking dirty thoughts of, and I didn't know what they meant. I was just like, I want to put something in you. And I'm sorry, that was a little much for me. I want to put something in you. And, yeah, so we're just talking, and then it's just kind of casual, like, you know, small talk. Like, hey, how you doing? Fine, how are you? Because she's all snooty and snotty and not liking me. I'm like, I'm good. I'm so sorry for being an asshole. And eventually, just the small talk evolved, and it got, you know, to the point where we're just kind of cool, like whatever, just chilling. And then, out of silence, she's just like, you want to do something sometime? And I just look at her, and I'm just like, I get to put something in you? She'd been a date. You know, I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. And she asked me out because I'm a pussy. And I'm going to give you guys a story about my first date. It's kind of cute, you know, because I'm not the most masculine man in the world. It's probably not the kind of thing you guys are like riveted to hear about, but case in point, that's how I got my first girlfriend. She asked me out after I was an immature little brat. So, for all you guys who aren't suave ladies, mans, you just gotta find a way to channel that. It really doesn't matter if you're the boisterous, incredibly, like, uber confident guy. You just gotta find a way to project your image the way you want it to be projected. I honestly play the intentionally coy and reserved, kind of quiet guy role because it works better for me. Or else I'm just going to be seen as the big teddy bear. So, there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry for the lack of risque talk. I try to spice it up with putting things in you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you want me to put something in you, or you want to put something in my butt, please leave a rating and a comment. I love you. Stay shiny.